So we're getting ready to be finished with this project. I'm sorry I didn't get the chance to show you how I applied the varnish to it, or I should say the lacquer to it. The problem is that the shop is a little bit on the small side at the moment. I'm still working things around, and so I had to put this plastic sheeting all around. Didn't really leave enough room for me to be able to video the procedure that I was doing. So unfortunately I'll have to do that in another video. It might be a little bit because I do have a spray booth. I actually have one that I set up outside during the spring, summer, and fall months. It's just not, I can't do it during the winter time because it's not the kind of thing that you can do that with. Alright, that being said, so I'm cleaning off this top for the last time before I apply contact cement to it and before I apply the leather top. So I'm just taking a tack cloth and going over it, making sure I get as much of the particulates and stuff that's left on the wood before I put this down. I'm also planning on protecting the finish that I just applied here. It should be dry enough, although it's not necessarily in the most cured state, but I am a little bit on a time crunch, so I want to make sure and get that taken care of. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take painter's tape and I'm just going to apply it around the outside, this area here, so that I don't get any contact cement on my finish. So here we go. Now I want to try and do this as quickly as I can. I don't want to leave this tape on longer than I have to, because I don't want to possibly have it stick too long and then have to apply extra finish to other areas, because this is not a brush on. I did not brush this lacquer on. This is actually sprayed on. Okay, have that applied. Just get those things out of the road. I'm trying to rub it down like crazy. Okay, now I'm going to try with this first, just to make sure I've got a good edge before I start cutting. I'll go around it and push down so that I know where my edge is. There's a leather piece that's going on this, which you guys will see shortly. And I want to make sure that that piece comes all the way to the edge. Neither this section on the top nor the leather piece itself is actually 100% round. It's got a little bit of a area that is in a little bit further in one space, out in another space. So I just need my mic. Okay. Now for the piece de resistance. Alright, here's the leather top that goes on here. And has these three radials that come out, and those are for where the drawers, or I should say the handles for the drawers are. You want them in the same spot. So I'm just setting those up, and I'm going to get this stuff pre-prepared here. I'm not sure if you can see this or not. Right here is where the drawer handles go, and here's one of the radials. Here's where another drawer handle is, and then where the actual drawer is where the third one is. So let me kind of get this set up a little bit, and I'll explain what I kind of have to do here. Okay. So I'm going to mark one of these radial lines where I need it to set on this table when I apply the contact cement. So we'll put one there, and we'll put one here. We'll put a third one in right here. Alright, that's kind of got my top set up. Like I said, this is a reproduction piece that's on the top of here, so it's not going to be perfect. Of course, the leather piece that I took off wasn't perfect either, so we work with what we have. Alright. Set this off to the side and get my knife. And I'll go around this edge. Everything's all working as cautiously as you can. What you don't want to do, especially following the edge like this, you don't get on top of the wood and have a finish on, or else you're going to be fixing anything else. There's no adjustment. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, contact cement works. You have the area that you're gluing to and the piece that you're gluing to it. Both of them have to have contact cement on it, because that's what makes the bond. Contact cement bonds to the piece of material. The other side of the contact cement bonds to, in this instance, the wood, and then when they touch together, then it becomes a permanent bond. So that's what we're going to work on here. I need to get, I got my contact cement here. And I need a roller. Oh, great. So now we have to let this sit for, I think it's 30 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And then I actually do need to put on a second coat just to make sure that I have strong adhesion. So I'll be back. So now our contact cement has had enough time to set. I have 2 layers of it on both. So now what we need to do is, like you would do with a laminate top, is you want to put some dowel rods across, because you don't want it touching until it's time. So I'm going to put these dowel rods in so that I can set my material down, and then we'll remove them a little bit at a time so that we can press down. Alright. Now I have to figure out where my numbers are. Here's one. No, I'm not going out to the complete edge, only because I'm going to give this a handshake on here. So we're just going to go to one side to the other. So I'm just going to down right, and work out. When you work on it, you'll work it from the inside out, and in kind of like fanning pattern. So you make sure you get it in focus like that. You'll just have one without right as I do this. So I'll start back to the center again. So now. Okay. Well, that's all we need to do. We'll start here. Then make sure I don't have any notice leading up. And focus down my help. Kind of around it. So, because some of the edge of this leather has contact cement on it, but underneath this painter's tape it doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the painter's tape, and then I can push down further. So we'll very carefully as not to I have to do some cleanup, looks like. I'm wondering if maybe it got under it a little bit, because, well, let me show you. So if you take a look here, that is where the painter's tape was. It is kind of like the adhesive, it's either the contact cement that got underneath it, or it kind of dissolved it a little, the adhesive on the tape. So I gotta see what I can do about that. Okay, if I'm careful with it, it looks like it's just coming off with some lacquer thinner. So that's what we're going to use. I should have a glove on to do this. Now this is actually what I have here is actually 90% lacquer thinner and probably 10% lacquer, because this is what I used to clean my spray gun. And my spray gun is usually pretty clean, so. Being that lacquer thinner will dissolve lacquer, and it thins lacquer and everything else, you have to be careful when you do this. If you rub too hard, you're going to remove the lacquer finish that you applied. Basically, all you're doing is you're just trying to get that top layer of adhesive that's stuck. And then once I'm done making sure this top is laid down correctly and cut, then I'm going to go back through and see if I need to touch up anything. Now I'm going to let this set for a little while, and I'll come back when it comes time to cut it. And there you have it. So this has been Larry with FGSL Woodworks. And make sure that if you like the content and want to find out more about what I do, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next refinishing or build or whatever. So have a blessed day.